India Blog, Indian Railways, Chapter 2. The second experience that's burned into my memory was the trip from Calcutta to Madras, which in those days was still called Chennai, capital of Tamil Nadu, of Dravidian pride, and where the tomb of the Apostle St. Thomas can be found. That journey was in second class B, 3 rows of bunk beds on each side of the compartment, hosting a total of 6 people. My recollection is having been adopted by an Indian family until we got to Madras. The trip lasted more than 24 hours, and the family fed me samosas, all sorts of fruit, all with the most varied sauces that we spread on naans, while naturally drinking chai non-stop. It struck me that you could get within the train anything you might want. Barber, food, tea, shoe cleaners and shiners, and whatever else that you might be needed. Every now and then a kid would come in and to sweep the compartment. Interestingly enough though, it wasn't hired personnel of the company. It was just people who had set up their own business on the train. Or rather, any old passenger from third class who wanted to earn themselves a few rupees. Afterwards came the many trips that I made throughout the north and south of India. When the journey was long, I'd be in second class B. When they were short, I'd be in third class. One of those, around Mysore if I remember correctly, I wound up on one of the crowded carriage's roofs. In those days it was allowed and was a way of getting a faceful of fresh air whilst travelling in third class. I think it's banned nowadays, owing to the undoubtedly huge number of accidents and electrical shocks that the rooftop passengers suffered. The next experience that I reckon is worthy of mentioning was only 4 years ago when I went from Agra to Varanasi with my wife and kids. The train came into the station more than 2 hours late, which is not a noteworthy occurrence at all. It's quite expected. The noteworthiness of it all was the sheer amount of huge rats there were in the station, on both the platform and the tracks. At one point we circled in on our luggage, a la General Custer's last stand, to scare them away, which provoked surprise and madness among the watching Indians who found it illogical to scare rats that had got inside the luggage. I guess the watching Indians reacted that way in order to prevent one of their ancestors being reincarnated with bad karma to such a noble animal. Well, we finally got to Varanasi safe and sound. The only issue being I had to share a bunk bed with my wife, 50 centimeters, due to the fact that we didn't know where our daughter's bed was.